Guys, welcome to the folks. Welcome to this workshop. Um, and I wanted to start with sharing this amazing result that Romania had over the last 5 months. They managed, let's do Romania, managed to clean 225 locations and remove more than 2,000 tons of waste from the nature and from the cities, um, using the combined power of 4B and threshold platform. And today we want to show you how you can do it too and discuss with you whether this solution makes sense also in your countries. So welcome to this workshop that's going to be about this solution. So no solution to notify authorities about the littered areas, which is combination of me talking about threshold and Jonat, you probably know him, talking about 4B and Let's Do It Romania. Why we decided to both host this workshop, but also create this solution is because we have common vision. And I think we share this vision also with you, and it's a planet without littered areas. And we believe that communities they want to be involved and they should be involved in protecting their environment and use of resources. So first of all, we are going to have like little intro exercise because I want like this workshop to be very, very interactive. So you should be able to sort of like write on the screen, and I want to try it out with you. So there is this probably out there is this panel, and you have there like view options. If you click on the view options on the arrow, you should have there the option to annotate. If you click on it, you will be able to actually sort of like write on my screen or on my slides. And then I can see you. And if you click on the view options and you can click annotate, you can write. You can choose whether to draw, but you can also choose text and you can write your country. Almost. I saw Anna there. But I'm thinking that if it's not that many, amazing. Great, so it's working for you because we want to use like this kind of interaction also later. So we have more countries, but if you are on the phone, you can just like say Slovenia, welcome.
It doesn't work for me.
Oh yeah, because you are on the phone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, no worries, no worries. Great. No worries, no worries. I mean, it's not that many participants, so maybe we can also like have it more as a discussion. Let's see. Let's see. So thanks for the participating in this one. And so hello, this is introduction of us. So my name is Lucia Kalnerova. There is also my contact, and I'm responsible for the threshold platform. And Jonat, you can pronounce your name.
Hi, my name is Ionut Ciordăchescu from Romania, 2010, co-founder of the NGO and IT geek. Hi, guys. Lucia?
Yeah, thanks. So what I would like to discuss with you today, it's a couple of things. So first of all, we will just like, for those that do not know the concept, talk a bit about why to use mapping. Then we want to explain the process of the notification to authorities, and we actually are going to do demo of the platforms, so you can actually see not just on the slides, but in real life, how does it work. And then in the next part, we would like to understand your concerns and have a discussion. So we want to understand what you would need to change, what are the, let's say, local law for the implementation, and we are going to discuss also like the future plans that we have and try to validate it with you whether it makes sense also for you. So let me start with the information like why to use mapping. So we think there are like 4 problems currently that we can help with. So first of all, you know that there are a lot of littered areas around us, so mainly touristic areas, but also like areas that are, like proper illegal dumping sites where people, take their construction waste or household waste, etc. we know that currently people they do not trust that someone will do something about the issue, so they do not want to notify officially, because it takes quite a lot of time typically, because if you do it the official way, in a lot of countries you have to use paper, and it's very, like the cumbersome process. We currently we do not work with data the way that we could, so we do not know which areas are littered often, and we do not, and I mean, as a society, we do not take action like to sort of like protect and work with these areas. And currently, we think that there is one centralized solution missing. So, like, how and when somebody should notify the authorities. So we decided to solve this, and now I want to sort of like show you the difference between like cleanups and mapping. And what I want to say here is that you should, like, ideally you should do both, but I wanted to like flash the differences so you understand the advantages and disadvantages of both. So if we take cleanups, me personally, I'm also involved in with the Slovak team, so we organize cleanups twice a year. So I know, um, I'm able to sort of like compare these two activities. So what I love about the cleanups is like they are building awareness, right? So you can get a lot of media attention. You can directly talk to people. You can bring people to one place and show them like, look, this is the trash that is here, and we need to make something about it. You are also building community. We discovered that people are going to cleanups in groups, and they sort of like meet new people. So it's great. And it's easy to get media coverage because you can tell them like, come to this specific place and record how we are cleaning up, and it's quite, let's say, easy to get fundraising because the costs are not that let's say that huge, or might not be that huge depending on the country. On the other hand, it's very short term, right? So if you clean up one location, typically the location gets dirty again in a couple of weeks or a couple of months. And typically it's focused on the litter because you are engaging volunteers, and well, a lot of times they are not cleaning the biggest issue. They are cleaning the litter that is out there on the streets. And from what we know, most countries do cleaning like once or twice per year. So the rest of the year they're struggling like how to engage the citizens to sort of like keep the energy going. Then on the other hand, you have mapping, which can bring like long-term change, because it's going to be like automatic and it's a systemic change. And there is a potential of having a bigger impact, right? So cleaning up dump sites, not just litter, and you can engage citizens throughout the whole year. And we discovered this is something that you can also encourage people to do during lockdowns, because people can do it when they go alone or when they go, in a small group. On the other hand, it's harder to implement. It's harder to implement it properly comparing to cleanups. And it's not that, and we know that it's not that sexy maybe for the media and for the fundraising. So that was like short comparison of the like mapping and cleaning. But what we discovered in Slovakia, that it helps us also to be understood, because we are able to show clear statistics. We are able to show like locations, graphs, size, and it gives us the credibility, especially when we are talking to the central authorities like ministries, and supporters that should support us financially. Also, it helps us to prepare for cleanups. So it's easier for us to plan where is the meeting point, what materials do we need, and what should be like our route where we go, because we know specifically, like where the trash has been reported recently. And from the pictures, we know how the trash looks like. So let me share like how the process looks like. So first of all, the citizen reports the dump very easily. So they download the trash out application, or they do it via our website. They take a picture, they choose size. So you choose the size very easily with icons, which is like if it's fit into bag, wheelbarrow, or the car. Then you mark the type. So you choose whether, it's household, it's construction, it's a hazardous waste, etc. And then they can choose accessibility. So you can choose whether, it's accessible by car, which will help, you as an organizer. You can say whether, as a user, whether it's underwater or whether it's not for the general cleanup. Then application adds GPS location. Currently, you can already like edit the location during reporting. So you have like better accuracy. So now you just hit send and the dump is located. So what happens now? Now everybody can see the report. So the data is public. So there is a map, both on the web, in the mobile phone, and everybody from you, from the citizens, from the local authorities can see where the issue was located. And now the third step comes, which is the most important one for the actual change. And that means that the relevant organizations are notified. Currently, I wanted to show you like a bit difference or how Threshold and 4B works together. So those are two separate platforms that work together and they share data together. So Threshold currently allows organizations, which can be authorities, which can be ministry, it can be schools, it can be companies, whoever, to subscribe to notifications about certain area. So you can say that, so I'm an NGO from the capital city, so I will subscribe to the notifications containing new reports from the capital city. So it's based on the like proactivity. So you log in and you subscribe to the notifications and then you receive it regularly. And on top of that, there is 4B platform, which is like automated method based on the GPS location. So Jonat will show you more into the detail, but the thing here is that if you have a list of all the local governments, local municipalities, you can automatically send them official complaint in the official format, and not just to those that proactively subscribe, but to all of them, even to those that do not want to receive the notifications. But as it is official, they have to act on it. So this is like a difference, but at the same time, the way how Threshold and 4B work together. So it's not that you currently use either that or that. It's two platforms that work nicely together. So now I'm going to show you like how this threshold method works. So this, let's say, first layer, which is like this half automated method based on proactivity. So just give me a second. You should still see my my screen. So this is my profile on the Threshold web application. It's my personal profile. You can see the pictures. You can see how many things I did with my profile. And now I decide to, let's say now I decide to report a dump. This is something that you can do with the mobile phone, but I wanted to show you how it's done also on the web. So I choose the site, I choose the content. I think it fits into the wheelbarrow. Let's say, okay, so currently I'm in Bratislava. Okay, so let's say it's here. You choose it manually, but from the phone you can choose it. It's done automatically. And now you can choose whether you report as you or whether you report as anonymous, because not everyone wants their name to be shown, or whether you report as organization that you are a manager of. So currently I'm a manager of 3 organizations. One is Threshold, ISEC, and this is Let's Do It Slovakia. So let's say I'm going to report it as myself. And now I will upload the picture, right? So this is a picture of some dump we found in Bratislava. And I'm going to hit report. So what happens now is that this report was created. So you can see the picture, you can see who did it, all the information that I managed to put here. And everyone can see this. So now let me share, so you know the whole flow. Let me share just for a second another screen. Great. So this is another profile. It's like another user number 2, right? So this user number 2, he sort of like went to the same dump site, and in a month, in a week, and he decided to add comment that it's still there, right? Someone should clean it, and I send it, let's say, to Let's Do It Slovakia. So this user commented, so there is this comment section also that that you can see. Now I see, because I'm using both accounts at the same time, it actually thinks it's my account again, but never mind. But the thing is, like, there is a comment section that you can use. So if anyone else comments, then it's going to show. And at the same time, if someone updates, so if they choose the new status cleaned, it's going to be shown there. And the main thing here is that you can choose to report and to update as an organization, which means the city, for example, can choose to update as a city, or the Ministry of Environment, that's how we do it in Slovakia, can choose to update and comment as a Ministry of Environment. So that's one new thing from our side, which is going to help with like the whole flow. And now I know that's a bit confusing, but now I wanted to show you how the notification looks like. So currently I'm subscribed to the whole Slovakia. So each either day, week, or month, I receive notifications from the Slovakia. So I see all new reported dumps, I see all updated dumps, and I see all like cleaned dumps that I got. At the same time, when someone updates the notification or comments on the notification, I receive separate email that there was, I can show you that there was some change on my activity. So I received this kind of email. So there will be like, there was a new activity and you can view the report. I know it might seem a bit, let's say, how to say it, complicated, but it's not. In the end, it's very simple. And the main message here is that you can create your personal account, and then you can create the account of the organization. So if you, for example, are from, let's say, France, as Anna is, you can create your account as Anna, and then you can create an account as Let's Do It France. And you can update and comment under the name of your organization, and then everybody can see the statistics and they can see your activity. At the same time, this is something that city can do. So City Hall or the Ministry of Environment can create an account, and they can publicly comment and be publicly active. And once they are active, all the citizens are notified that had something to do with the report. I wanted to share a bit of results from Slovakia. So since July 2020, so in like 7 months, we had like 50 cities registered to the platform, and currently, like since then, 800 reports were made. There is like one employee at the Ministry of Environment that takes the report, and he or she sends it to the local authority. And then this ministry also, or the city itself, they mark it as clean. So in 7 months, we managed to clean like 300 places out of 800 reports. So this is sort of like semi-automated method, because only those cities that want to and that subscribe receive the notification. So it's a bit more manual work comparing to the 4B platform, but it's great for the beginning and it's easy to implement. You do not need to do anything. You just need to like promote it to the cities. And now, Jonas, it will be great if you can also introduce 4B platform.
Hello, thank you, Lucia. Well, you have seen that you can do with threshold things like mapping, and authorities can connect to the application, to the threshold, and can see where is the trash. But what it's happening, or how can we do it in countries where authorities does not even clean it? So why they are going to connect to somewhere to find that they have to do some work? So we in Let's Do It Romania, we created this 4B platform, this 4B ecosystem. I will share the screen now. So we built an ecosystem that It's connected with Threshold to get the data from people who map where it's trash in the nature. And we connect also with call centers to call for the authorities. And we know all the data about authorities. We were lucky to get all the data for authorities, like their emails, their faxes, their contacts. And because all the data that it's provided by the threshold has GPS data, we can find what authority is responsible for cleaning in that area. I will show you in the end why it's easy in Romania, and probably it's easier in any European Union country, but I think this process can be replicated to any other countries. Okay, so as I said, we are taking data and we are generating something like a ticket for the trash. The ticket, it's managed by the volunteers. The tickets, is used to update all the information. We had for last, I don't know, 5-6 months of this project, we had mapping campaigns in Romania. We were lucky to have some partners to help us with money to promote the projects. And you will see the results were fantastic. How does it work? As I said, citizen, somebody is mapping for threshold. 4B automatically is getting the data from the threshold, automatically is generating a petition. Some volunteers or the call center are checking that the data has valid pictures. We don't want to send the authorities pictures with, I don't know, keyboards or I don't know what nasty pictures users might upload to the threshold. Then the petition is sent automatically to the responsible authority. Volunteers call or do a follow-up with the authorities. Authorities are cleaning the sites and then report us back. We are reporting then to the threshold user, and threshold, as you saw it before, it's notifying the user, the end user, that the site is clean. We have to work like this because threshold users are registered in threshold. We cannot see from 4B, from Let's Do It Romania, we cannot see details about the users there. Okay, so it's easier for me to explain by demo. So this is our platform. This is what somebody is seeing when it's connecting to the 4B. It's seeing that there are 4,000 new notifications, 3,000 were sent to authorities, and only 462 were resolved. Some were closed because the trash was not there. It was a mistake, bad coordinates, and different reasons. And the others, we are in high process with authorities. So let's go to the screen where we can see a table with all the notifications. Okay, so here are all the notifications we got from threshold. Bear with me, my computer is moving super slow when I'm doing Zoom on screen sharing. So here are all the tickets for Romania. We can see which authority is responsible to clean it, how big it's the size of the trash, and what is the status. And I think I opened before some very interesting notifications. This one, I'm taking the data from threshold. This is the data I know who is responsible to clean. The city hall from Mihai Valley City Hall is responsible. I know their email, I know their phone, I know their fax. Imagine that in Romania, we are still sending some faxes to authorities. So things like this can happen in any other countries. I know the country where the trash is. So now it's a timeline. What happened with this ticket? And it started from here. It was mapped by a threshold user, and it has these coordinates. And he posted this photo with this trash. It was created automatically. It was approved by a volunteer in Let's Do It Romania. Automatically was attached a legal notification. I will show you how a legal notification looks like. So this is a legal notification we are sending to authorities. They have to answer because the law it's making them to do it. And we are sending all the data, and we also send to them. This is a link to our platform, and they can check their history. They can update information, or they can see other notification posted in their community. Okay, so, and then it's automatically sent. I will show you now a success story. It's the same situation. This is the trash. Automatically created, approved, attached document, sent, registered in the local authority, and the local authority replied us with this document. That was attached to our notification, and it's replying that they clean it. I think they are saying, no, they are not saying here, probably little down. Okay, they sent us some photos with people cleaning it, so we know for sure if they clean it. Here it's a receipt from the company that pick up the trash. So we have everything, and now we have a report. And usually they are sending also the quantity, so we know how much kilos of trash they collected from the nature. So to sum up, our solution, our 4B solution, is just like a ticketing system for trash. And this is the ecosystem we have in Let's Do It Romania. This platform, the platform Trash Out, to be used by volunteers to map the trash, call center to call the authorities and to do the follow-up. I will stop sharing and move back to the presentation. Okay. By the way, if you have any question, please raise it on the chat room. So our results in 5 months, 225 success stories. And what is most important, I think, it's more than 2,000 tons of waste were collected from the nature only by using digital volunteers, only by using mapping. We think this solution is good, but to be implemented in other places, you need all emails and authorities responsible for a specific area. You need to have a law to help you to do this. And you need to have volunteers to check, to be connected with the authorities, to talk with the authorities, or to have a call center that is doing this kind of activity. In Romania, if an authority is not cleaning the petition, if it's not, let's say, resolving a petition, we have another authority called Environmental Guard that is responsible to check why the authority is not doing its job. And it's going there, it's enforcing the authority to clean it, or it's sending fine to that authority. Okay, a little bit about implementation plan. If you want to do it in your own country, you can start by doing simple mapping. You can use Trash Out for that. You can use, as Lucia told you before, I don't know, to spread this information and to ask authorities to join the Trash Out and to be proactive to clean it. And then if you want to send to authorities, and if you have the laws, or if you have like a procedure to do it, you can use our platform. We can adapt the platform for your needs. So you can send this automatically, to have a call center attached to this, or to have some volunteers. And in the end, just use mapping and the help of volunteers to map the trash. These are the costs we have right now with the system, and the costs we, let's say, If you want to update, if you want the 4B to be integrated in your country, it's about 1,000, 3,000 euro cost for developing to adapt to your local procedure, to connect to the call center, to translate it to your language. It's a 300 euro one-time payment, one-off payment for the threshold localization in your language, for translation, as I mentioned earlier. And we had also monthly cost because we host our servers in the cloud. So you have to pay for that. So you can do it like this. Now, please write here, as you were asked before in previous slides, using annotation. You can see annotation, Lucia will help you to find it. Yes, 4B is only available in Romania yet. What are your concerns regarding the two notifications options? What questions do you have about this? You can use this, or you can use chat if you want. I'm thinking it's okay also.
Anna had a question. Anna, are you able
Anna.
Yeah, so I can maybe answer.
Okay.
So just so threshold is currently available all globally, only in some countries where there are like foreign apps forbidden, then they're not, and you can use it for free. That's completely okay. 4B is currently available in Romania, and with this presentation, we are looking for the countries that want to implement this like systematic approach to the cleanups, because if implemented properly, the impact is much bigger than doing cleanups. But as I mentioned in the beginning, cleanups are still good, so it's great to have both. So 4B, it's now scaling from Romania to other countries. Threshold is currently available globally, but together with 4B, we are looking for other countries where to scale this combined solution.
And I will cheat a little bit, Lucia, telling why we want to build this ecosystem, okay. 4B, Threshold, and other solutions, because there are some funds to build drones that can do automatic mapping. And in Romania, we are building some boxes nowadays, probably in 2-3 months, we'll have it available, that you can attach to cars, and the car automatically, it's mapping the trash on the side of the road, and automatically it's sent to Threshold and 4B, and automatically it's sent to local authority. Doesn't sound magnificent to have this kind of things automatically, and probably in the end, somebody automatically will clean it, but let's dream big till now. I don't know the Cortexia solution, Anna?
Me neither, I'm going to Google it.
Okay, no problem. I did have questions actually about 4B. Who you said that the authority that is supposed to clean is added to the, like in front of the dump sites, or like to the dump site. Who decides which authority is supposed to clean?
Okay, in Romania, the laws are quite simple. Each area has to be, it's a part of a local authority. The local authority, the city hall, it's responsible to maintain that area cleaned. Doesn't matter who is the owner of the land where is the litter. It's a national forest, it's a water national reserve, it's a private property, it's public property, it doesn't matter. The city hall is responsible for that area to be clean. And they have two options. To ask them, actually they are doing it like this. They ask them to clean it. If they are not cleaning it, the authority will clean it for them, and they will ask the money and a fine in the end. But
so even on private lands, even on private lands.
Even in private lands, in the beginning, they are sending fines and they are increasing the taxes, but in the end, they are cleaning it. Yes.
But Anna, it's a great question, because the local law differs from country to country. That's why also the cost for implementation is I don't want to say like a bit higher, but there is some cost connected to it, because you need to sort of like customize it to each country separately. And in few minutes we have like one exercise prepared for you So you can understand what should be like the information that you need before you can implement the 4B. Exactly, you need to have this decision tree, because like how the trash moves from authority to authority, so you can implement an automation.
So I guess this will answer my next questions. Okay.
Yeah, our workshop is about to find in which country we can move, in which country we can go and implement this project. And we want your help to find out what are your issues. So I will share again the screen. Where is the share screen button? Here it is. Fantastic. Dupli, maladets. Okay, so if you have any questions, but I think we can move to discuss about the national law. And in this part of the workshop, we have a Miro. I don't know how many of you are using Miro.
Oh, that's okay. I think they can use it without, I can post the link here. And I
Okay,
think
please in the chat.
Without any sign up. So if you can, if you're not on your mobile phone, it would be great if you go to the Miro website. And meanwhile, Jonad, you can share screen and you can maybe present.
Yes, yes. Now you guys, you can see the Miro. This is the situation in Romania I've mentioned you earlier, and this is the situation in Slovakia. This is the easiest, the easy way of showing you how things are happening in Romania. So 4B is reporting to the city hall. City hall is checking the owner of littered area, then ask them to clean it. If not, they are cleaning it. If the area is clean, it's reported to us. If not, we are sending a new notification to environmental guard. The environmental guard informs local authorities to clean it or send fines and send fines, and then report back to us that it's clean. Also in Slovakia, if Lucia, you want to tell us how is the situation there?
Yeah, it would be great. Can you zoom in a bit?
Yep.
Great. Okay. So the first of all, we have it a bit more complicated than Romania, because there is a difference whether it is on the private and public property, and also there is a difference whether it is what type of waste it is, let's say. So what I discovered is that so after you have a report made into trash out, you send it to the, let's say, city hall or part of the city. What they have to do is sort of like inform something that it's called district office. That's sort of like let's say above the city level, but it's not local government. It's like separate authority. And this district office, first what they do, they are not going to clean it up. They are going to look for the offender who did it. There is I didn't put their time frame, but it's actually quite time heavy operation. So if they find him, so they find someone that did the dump, they are going to order this person, him or her, not to be stereotyped. They are going to order this person to clean it up. If they do not find the offender, which happens quite a lot, right? What they are trying to do is they look whether, let's say, the owner of the land, if it is a private property, but did everything in his or her power to prevent this dumping. At the same time, what they are going to look and try to discover whether this owner could have any economic benefit from leaving the dump there. Again, so quite let's say heavy investigation here, and that's why, for example, in Slovakia we implemented this proactive notifications, because we discovered that this process is super heavy, and now we are thinking of how to implement 4B also. So after they decide that owner made a mistake or they had economic motive, this owner is made to clean it up, and he's fined, so he's going to get some monetary fine. If they, let's say, decide that owner did everything right, then they are going to decide who should clean it up. And again, they're going to look based on the type of waste and based on of the ownership of land. So if it is, let's say, public property, municipality cleans it up in case of municipal waste and small construction waste. If it is a city district that is responsible, um, this, let's say, authority is responsible um, for the like other how to say it, like if it is like the owner, they are going to, let's say, make him to again clean it up. And on the like right part, we have if it is hazard waste or construction waste, then the district office is going to clean it up, which is different than the municipality. So as you can see, I mean, this is even simplified version. In reality, it's even much more complicated. But the whole process from the report to cleanup can take from 30 days to half a year. You know, because of the whole investigation process. So especially in Slovakia, citizens tend to get a lot of frustration and a lot of suspicion whether it even makes sense to report, because no one is going to clean it up. So what we are trying to say and make awareness of, that someone is going to clean it up, it just takes a bit longer. Yeah.
And Lucia, in Romania, we have sometimes like the authority has 40 days and we are giving them like 40 plus 15 days to clean it. Also, each notification has a deadline. But you saw that we had so many sent to authorities, but only 15% are cleaned. Why? This is what we want also to find out. And I saw it personally that it's very frustrating for a normal people to send a petition to authorities. So that's why we invented this system. So we are taking the effort that a normal citizen will have to do it if he is seeing a trash, and make it smaller. And the whole effort is in our team, the volunteers. We have a very good team as volunteers that they are checking the data from authorities. The call centers, they are spamming with phone calls. There are some authorities that they are calling me. I don't know how they are finding me, that they have to call me, and they are complaining that they receive a lot of calls. And in the end, we have this environmental guard that is going after them in case. It's a long procedure, like 60 to 90 days to clean it, but it's working. So now for you, dear colleagues, participants, we are thinking, because we want to know from each of you what is a good thing that you have in your country as law, as a procedure, as something that it's working, and what it needs to be improved. And we need this information, or if you know how a logic system works in your country to send the petition to authorities and clean it, it will be great to post it here. We need this information from you to see how should we approach the situation with you or in countries except Romania and Slovakia. So I don't know how many minutes we have for this. Lucia, you know the timeline?
Yeah, you have, we still have like more than 30 minutes, so it's okay.
So let's have like 15 minutes for this workshop for you to work. I'm seeing that only 2 extra people are connected on this. So I'm asking the other participants, don't be shy, just connect on Miro and let's work together. Or if you find technically difficult to work with Miro, please post on the chat, what do you think it's good in your country that can help implementing a system like this, and what it's bad or it needs an improvement in your country so a system like this to work. So let's have 15 minutes for this. I will put some music in the meantime, not to have complete silence.
So maybe just a recap. Let's see how much time we need, but maximally 15 minutes, because so we want to also discuss it. But so what do you want you to do is to either, if you know, create the decision tree, the same that we had for Romania and Slovakia, if you know it, or you can Google for 5 minutes for your country, so we understand the, let's say, the process. If you are not able to do it now, so you cannot like Google it easily, or you do not know it by heart, then at least we ask you to post green and red post-its with the things that you think are working good. So for example, you can say we have this green guard, same as in Romania, or we have this law that is, I don't know, like making authorities to do it. And you can post in red those things that you think are either bottlenecks or you think are the biggest issue that could stop us from having this automatization in your country. So you can choose, and if you have time, you can do even both. So both like this decision tree and the good things and bad things that are happening in your country.
So I'm seeing that 2 countries presented the goods and bads. So I was thinking, because we have time, let's allocate 2 minutes per each country. And let's start in alphabetical order. So Estonia, who wants from, I'm seeing that there are 2 free guests there. Who wants to start presenting?
Can you zoom in more so we can read it?
Yes.
If we are not locked to Miro. Okay, great.
So who wants to speak from Estonia about?
I wrote those. Not all of those, but some of those. Okay, I will. I don't know. I used to live in one other part, not here where I live right now, and there the system was quite okay. So that on the web page there was one place where you could put the information if something was wrong in an area, and it was also about the trash, and they cleaned it basically. So it wasn't very difficult. It seemed to me, at least. So that's why I wrote more philosophical part, that it is not anymore so common that people litter, although cigarette butts are very common. The understanding that we should segregate waste is very much talked about, but the system is still not clear. Yeah, there is a lot of information, but trash blindness is a very big problem, I think, because I see while walking that people can just pass by the trash so easily. So yeah, those were what I wrote.
When you are talking about the trash blindness, is the trash from the nature or the trash from the city, in the city?
In the city, I mean, yeah.
In the city, okay.
Yes. In the nature, I don't know, because in the nature I usually don't see other people. I see just trash.
Okay.
And can you comment for like just briefly if you know whether you have this law in place when local authorities, if they are notified, they have to clean it up?
I don't know. I tried to Google, but I didn't find.
Okay.
So I thought that it is a very good thing to find out. So I will for sure find out it about my area, so that I know how to how to do it.
Okay.
This is actually something, maybe just a brief comment, because this is also something that we face in Slovakia and a couple of other countries, that there are certain parts where, or certain cities or villages, they have this sort of like form on their website and you can report it. So those like more active, let's say, city halls. But at the same time, for the citizen, it's very confusing because he or she needs to look for the specific form, the specific website, and it's not unified. And like more complexity you add for the citizen, then the probability they will do something about it, gets lower. So
exactly.
I just wanted to comment. That was also one of the reasons why we wanted to create a like very simple app, because we discovered that like there are like, I don't know, like 20, 30 forms even in Slovakia that you can submit to, you know, to the authorities, and that's a mess.
I understand. I usually just send the email to the people
Okay.
I knew.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you a lot. Let's move to France. I think, Anna, are you behind all these posts?
You think, well. So I focus specifically on what refers to dump sites, whether they're small or big. On the positive side, we have a new law. Actually, it has become really a priority for our government to eradicate illegal dump sites, or to help local governments to eradicate them. So it's actually giving more power to the local government. The local government can actually put fines to offenders. But as I said below, I really doubt, I will check, but I don't think that municipalities can be, so in case the offender is not found, I really doubt that municipalities can get fined for not cleaning. I don't think so. I will check. Another hurdle is that for people that would interact with the system and actually declare dump sites, it's still very unclear for most people who's responsible for cleaning. We have different distribution of responsibilities between city governments or municipalities and what I call inter-municipalities. So what could be your district office, I guess, in Slovakia? I don't know if it's comparable or not.
Yeah, the wording for these different.
Yeah, it's complicated.
I don't know how to.
But in France, we have like kind of governments that are above the municipality level, and they share responsibilities with the municipality. So municipality, for example, is responsible for a litter. They have to clean the litter in cities and on the countryside. And these inter-municipalities have to have the responsibility for all the like household waste. So they have to pick up the trash bins and send to incineration, landfill, or recycling. Okay.
And who is responsible for the illegal dumping? Like if they find
it's actually the municipalities, but depending on the size of it and depending on how the responsibilities are shared. You mentioned that something needs to be checked is did the owner of the land, whether it is a government or a private owner, did the owner do anything to prevent the dump sites? In some cases, we have a case in near Paris, near the capital, where actually up to 7,000 tons of waste were put there for years and years. And in the end, it was really unclear and very difficult to assess who was responsible and who should clean, who should pay for the cleaning, because the amount was so big. It was actually on private lands, but private lands that owners could not use because they were contaminated. And so, yeah, it was a really big mix, and it ended up being a conglomerate of the national government, regional governments, inter-municipality, municipality, and the owners, who all came together to clean up. That was one massive case. Okay, but for the standard citizen, it's actually unclear who's responsible. And yeah, the reason is that the distribution of responsibilities is a bit complex. From our side, to maintain all this process and send letters to the governments from the working day, or it's not called Let's Do It, but either way, from our NGO side, we would have a very limited number of volunteers to manage this. So that's definitely a hurdle. And as far as the dump sites are concerned, it's also very often a mix of different wastes, including hazardous waste, which makes it very complex to actually clean in a proper way. So that's another difficulty, whether it is for like standard cleanups managed by citizens or for municipalities. They may not have the technical means to clean up in a proper way. And then I ended up with questions. It's still unclear to me who pays for the system, because I doubt that actually local governments who would get the blame for not cleaning would be happy to pay for the system. So yeah, who should pay? That's a big question mark for me.
I will try to answer some questions, and I will give you some suggestion. You mentioned some extreme situation. Yeah, we have also in 4B some extreme situations. We have a river south of Bucharest, like 10 kilometers, and it's like a general dumping area, dump site area where people are throwing trash for years near this river. And we have like 200 notifications sent to 8 authorities. They all said that they cannot clean it because it's too much, too money involved. And we sent it to environmental guard, and we are waiting for them to send us an answer, because it's their responsibility to offer an answer. If they won't clean it, then we'll make, let's say, a national letter addressed to president, to prime minister, and to everybody, saying that, look, we have these laws, we have this. We as a normal citizens, we ask for the authorities to help us doing something. And if they won't do it, then who can do something in this country? So probably for this kind of extreme situation, you need extreme approach. But for normal situations like normal dump sites, small dump sites, we are following the procedure and it's working. Then you said about volunteers. Yes, we have a team of volunteers. We raised some calls in this, let's say, 5-6 months since we started the project. And every time new people are coming in our team, we are promoting the project on Facebook, on social media, and people are willing to help us to be a part of this team, but only to read the emails from authorities. Only this, they don't validate the data, validate the picture, and they just browse, as I showed you before. They just browse through this list of notification. They are checking the ones who are new, and let's say this is a new petition, and they have to check the images, if the images are okay, and if the images are okay, then look, okay, so this is a valid. I should validate it, and I can validate it, approved, okay, submit. This is the process a volunteer is doing. So that's it. So that's the process. Somebody should do it from the team.
Yeah.
Check the pictures. Yes, there is trash. Yes, there is a need to clean it. And yes, probably it's in Romania. I forgot to check this, but yeah, the system already is taking care about this, but it's like a double check in case
I can maybe also comment a bit. We have a deal with the Ministry of Environment. They have this I don't know, body called like Green Line. So anyone can call there and sort of like report some environmental issue. And what they are doing is like every Monday, just one person checks the new reports in trash out. So they just like filter 1 week. Typically for 1 week, it's around, I don't know, like 50 reports in Slovakia. So what they do is they manually check in their database who should be the responsible authority. So we do not have it automatically as here because we have it a bit different in Slovakia with the like more complicated rules. So they check manually and they send it via email to the authority, and then this person from the ministry comments. So it's very public to which authority and to which specific person and to which specific email they sent it. So the authority cannot say like we didn't receive it, because it's very publicly there that this person reported it on the behalf of the, let's say, ministry. But what I wanted to say, it's like one person, and from the discussion that I know, it's like it takes her like 4 hours weekly. So that's all the requirement. And if you have a couple of volunteers, then it might be, 4 people for, I don't know, like 4 hours per month, which is not that huge.
For France, I mean, it would not be 50 reports. It would be like thousands of reports per week.
I know, but you can start somewhere, right?
Yeah, of course. You're right.
Yeah, you can start with some small region in France or some small countries. I don't know if you watch what I did. I noticed that the Google sent me wrong details about Târgu Mureș, the city hall, and I selected the right authority. They sent it a different Târgu Mureș. And then automatically it was generated the petition. This is the petition. And probably it won't be sent today, because I remember the system will send out not petitions only during the working hours for the authorities, not to be scared that they are receiving emails on Saturday. And you had another question, who pays for the system? In Romania, we are fundraising for the system. We have partners that are helping us to pay for the system. We have one employee. It's somebody who is taking care of the project for the team of volunteers. We are raising now money to let's say, to promote and to help the best volunteer in the team with, I don't know, products or services. We have also money received for the call center, and we have some partners that are paying for the hosting and improving the system. So fundraising, no authority is paying for us. Actually, there are some authorities that ask us to help them how to enroll into the system, because they want to make sure, like a county authority want to see if each authority in their county is doing the job properly. So they want to see a report about that, and they ask us for this platform. So in the end, we received feedback from, let's say, regional or county authorities that they need to see if the lower authorities, like the small one, are doing the job.
I have another question.
Please.
In France, actually, I mean, within the NGO, we do recommend using trash outs, but there are other apps that have been developed in the past years, months, and especially for like big dump sites. Could this system be also implemented and adapted to other? Like, could actually 4B be linked to another app, another system than trash out?
If it respects the same procedures like the trash out, having an open API, then yes, I mean, technically it is possible.
Okay. Okay. Basically, in trash out is rather for either small dump sites or scattered litter in cities, places where you find litter on a regular basis. And then we have another app that was actually developed by this guy who managed to raise awareness on this huge, enormous dump site that I mentioned earlier near Paris. And he developed his own application. The difference with trash out is that you can actually basically circle, you can really show on a map on which area, like technically you can circle the area where the dump site is.
That's actually something that we are also thinking about implementing, because there are a couple of countries that already asked for this feature, by the way.
Okay.
So especially the issue is sometimes along the road for a couple of kilometers, etc.
Yeah.
Currently, we are sort of like recommending to just like report the biggest size, size of the car, like every, I don't know, like 1 kilometer or something like that. But maybe it's coming in the future. But I don't know what you mean by smaller dump sites, but in Slovakia, we use it for the, like, if you have, I don't know, like 3-4 cars needed, that's already like pretty big, but of course it's not the biggest, as you mentioned. definitely. But yeah, so it's
Yeah,
not just like for small, like you see one bag or one, I don't know, like
yeah,
a
exactly.
dishwasher. That's not the main purpose of the trash out. The size is there that you need a car, but it doesn't mean you need just one car to clean it, right? So it's just for people to understand, like, or to be able to choose the size very easily. And then for that you have pictures. If it is like super super big, then you can take multiple pictures, not just one. But understood. I mean, if probably the other organization has open APIs and is willing to share the data, then I don't think it's an issue to integrate.
Yeah, it's no issue, but as Lucia said, we are using it also for big waste areas. I don't know, this is not a big, but it's, well, it's
quite big.
Well, it's not. I mean, I'm searching. Look, this is, yeah, it's a good example. Look, this is the area that we reported for the trash outs. So you can see how much trash, and this was reported. This is the part of from Bucharest, in the south of Bucharest with, oh, come on, I cannot close. And another thing, you can see it here, it was closed with fail, and automatically then it was escalated. It was forwarded to another authority, and this is the link with the petition to environmental guard. So you can see in the future, you can see anytime the new petition that was generated based on that failed one, and this one it's sent to environmental guard, and we will check on 40+6. It means probably in the mid of February we will check if they clean it. This is the initial one. Again, the photos, and when we are sending to environmental guard, we are sending all the information, also the failed answer from the authority, and also the what we ask the authority. So
we have just like 3 minutes. So do you want?
Yeah. Sorry. I'm too enthusiastic about this. Sorry. So stop sharing the screen. Please, as a final question to you, do you want to use a system like this in your country? Would you like to have it in your country?
You can write into the chat, like,
into the chat,
the name of the country, and you can say like, yes, we want. It would be great to understand who of you is just like new to mapping, and for example, you will start like very easily with threshold, or who of you wants to like deep dive with me and Yona, and to discuss also like directly implementing 4B.
Thank you for being today with us. Hope we have a better year with this COVID situation, and we'll meet El Salvador. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, and see you next year, hopefully more in offline.